Hello future engineers, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're still new to my channel and you like what I'm doing, please don't forget to share my videos to your friends and to your friends' friends. To your younger brothers and sisters who would want to take up engineering in the future, and to your relatives. That's one way you can keep me going, inspired and refreshed. Now, if you find my videos interesting and important to your studies, also please don't forget to subscribe. So let's have another problem on moving loads. The live loads shown are to cross an end simply supported beam. Determine the absolute maximum moment expected for part A. L is 16 meters, P1 20 kilonewtons, P sub 2 equals P sub 3 80 kilonewtons, A is 3 meters, B is 6 meters. And for part B, L is 18 meters, P sub 2 is 75 kilonewtons, and P sub 3 90 kilonewtons. And all other data remain unchanged. So here is the figure in general. First, let's put the values and the distance says A and B to locate the resultant. So if all loads are on the span, the resultant is 80 plus 80 plus 20, 180 kilonewtons. Then we'll call the distance of the resultant and load 3 as E3, and that's the center line if in case it occurs under load 3. And this is the center line if the absolute maximum moment occurs under load 2. So call this distance E sub 3 and resultant and load 2 E sub 2. By Varignon's theorem, 180 E sub 3 equals 80 times 6 plus 20 times 9. So E sub 3 is equal to 11 over 3 meters. Therefore, E sub 2 is 6 meters minus E sub 3. 6 minus 11 over 3 is equal to 7 over 3 meters. So, without a doubt, because loads 2 and 3 are of equal magnitude, and when we position by principle the resultant and the heavier load, supposedly there's no heavier load between 2 and 3 because they are of equal magnitude. But since the distance E sub 2 is lesser than E sub 3, we are sure that the absolute maximum moment occurs under load 2. So we are going to evaluate that directly. And let's check also if the absolute maximum moment occurs under load 3. Let's check if load 1 is still on the beam or on the span. Uh, to do that, we have to evaluate 6 minus E3 over 2 plus 3. So 6 minus 1 half of E3, 11 over 3, plus 3 is 7.167 meters less than 8 meters. So therefore, all loads will be on the beam when maximum moment is expected under load 3, although it's obvious under load 2, and much more if the absolute maximum moment occurs under load 2, all the loads are on the beam. So all loads on the beam. So we now position this situation here because there's no doubt the absolute maximum moment occurs under load 2. So half of E sub 2, half of 7 over 3 is 7 over 6. The resultant is still 180 kilonewtons. So this is 7 over 6, half of 7 over 3. Since the beam is 16 meters long, 8 meters half length, then the distance of the resultant from the left support is 8 minus 7 over 6. That's also the distance of the 80 kilonewton load from the right support, or load 2 from the right support. 8 minus 7 over 6 is 41 over 6 meters. So since absolute maximum moment occurs here, we need to solve R sub R. Summation moment about the left equals 0. RR times 16 equals 180 times 41 over 6. So again, R sub R times 16 equals 180. The moment of the resultant about the left, 180 times 41 over 6. So R sub R is equal to 76.875 kilonewtons. So considering load 2 and the right forces, maximum absolute moment is RR times 41 over 6 minus 20 times 3. So M max absolute is equal to RR 76.875 times 41 over 6 minus 20 times 3. And absolute maximum moment for case 1 is equal to 465.3 kilonewton meter. For case 2, A equals 3 meters, B is 6 meters, but this time P1 is 20 kilonewtons, P sub 2 75 kilonewtons, and P sub 3 90 kilonewtons. And let's reevaluate E1, E2, and E3 and E2. The resultant of the loads, if all the loads remain on the beam, is 185, 90 plus 75 plus 20, and 185 times E3 equals 75 times 6 plus 20 times 9. So E sub 3 is equal to 3.4054 meters. So because 3.4054 meters is almost 3 and E sub 2 is also slightly lesser than this value, so let's evaluate two possibilities because this time we have different magnitudes for loads 2 and 3. So first, by principle, we consider first that the maximum moment occurs under load 3. So E sub 2 is 6 minus 3.4054, so 2.5946 meters. Not shown here, but it is 6 meters minus E sub 3. So 6 minus 1 half of E sub 3 plus 3 is equal to 7.2973 meters, which is less than 9 meters, which is half the length 18, because we're going to locate the 20 kilonewton load. Since the distance of the 20 kilonewton load from the center line of the beam, considering loads 3 and this resultant here, is only 7.2973, less than 9. So it means all the loads are on the beam when the maximum moment occurs under load 3. But we will first consider the situation that moment is maximum under load 2, as shown. So this is 9, this is under load 3 rather. So 3.4054 divided by 2 is 1.7027. Then the distance of load 3 from the left support, which is also the distance of the resultant from the right support, is 9 minus 1.7027, and that is equal to 7.2973 meters. That's also 7.2973 meters. So to solve for the maximum moment here, we need RL first, considering the whole system. Summation of moment about the right support equals 0. RL times 18 is equal to 185 times 7.2973. So R sub L is equal to 75 kilonewton. So possible maximum moment here, let's call that Mmax1, is RL 75 times 7.2973. And that value is equal to 547.3 kilonewton meter. So next, we consider the possibility that absolute maximum moment occurs under load 2. So let's have the center line between this resultant and load 2 in this figure. So this is the resultant, still 185 because all the loads are expected on the beam. Then center line distance is half of 2.5946, so 1.2973 meters. Since half the length of the beam is 9 meters, half of 18, the distance of the resultant from the left is 9 minus 1.2973, and that is 7.027 meters. That's also the same distance between load 2 and the right support, 7.7027 meters. So the maximum moment occurs here. Let's consider forces to the right. Maximum moment 2 is RR times 7.7027 minus 20 times 3. So let's solve for RR. Summation moment left equals 0. R sub R times 18. That's the case. R sub R times 18 equals 185 times 7.7027. So R sub R is equal to 79.167 kilonewtons. So Mmax2 is 79.167 times 7.7027, then minus 20 times 3. Minus 20 times 3, Mmax2 is equal to 549.8 kilonewton meter, which is slightly greater than case 1. Therefore, the absolute maximum moment occurs under load 2, and it has a value of 549.8 kilonewtons meter. So that's it for this problem. I hope that you were able to follow and understand the explanations and the solutions.